Okay, here we have passage 1. And on the right, we see we've got just a little bit of introduction. Then we've got 2 graphs. It actually goes on to page 2. We have table 1, average current, average duration, time period. All looks fairly straightforward. And I just see things I see thunderstorms and stuff. So I mean that's as much. I'm just not going to look at it. I'm just going to go straight into the questions, and to show you that you really just don't need to. If the graphs look fairly straightforward, you just don't need to read right off the bat. You can just go straight to the questions, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to be fine. Or you might have to read a little bit. So let's just see how far we get without reading anything. According to figure 1, so that'll be step 1, is to find that. From 125 to 155, step 2, find that. The number of plus C strokes in a 5-minute period, okay, that's going to be number 3. We'll get 3 steps. According to figure 1, okay, that's this. And it looks like it's figure 1 is these 2 kind of attached because it has these lines that attach it here. From 125 to 155, step 2 is find 125. So this is 115 to 130, so it goes 115, 120. So 125 is here. To 155, that's going to be here. So we're looking at this area. Getting up here and across, we're looking at that. The number of plus CG, so what is this? It's plus CG, so this is that goes up here. What did it do? Well, look at that. It increased. And that would be A. That's that one done. According to table 1. Okay, that's going to be step 1, is find table 1. The average duration of plus CG strokes. Alright, so that'll be number 2, is find the duration of that. Was at least 10 times greater. 3 will be finding out if it is. Than the average duration of... Okay. So there's 4 steps for all the time periods except. So it's going to be true, and then we're going to find the one where it's not true. So that's, they like to put in that little except. So we're going to find it, what one was it not true for. So we find table 1, that's step 1. The average duration of plus CG, average duration is over here. Of plus CG is here. Was at least 10 times greater than the average duration of negative CG. So negative CG is here. And it's saying that this number is at least 10 times this number in every case except 1. So 26 is 10 times, 24 is at least, it's the other way around. 280 is at least 26 times 10. 250... 24 times 10, 233, yep, 22 is 220, 260, 10 times is 250, still going strong. 246, 10 times that is 222, and then we have 259 and 28, 10 times 28 is 280, and that is greater than 259. So this is the time period here, and that would be 2:30 to 3 o'clock, and that is J. Easy enough. Assume that the storm data in figure 1, okay, we've got to come back to figure 1. Oh, erase this stuff. Right, figure 1, assume that the storm data in figure 1, okay, so that's going to be step 1, is find figure 1, are typical of thunderstorms that produce tornadoes, okay. For such thunderstorms, which type of lightning stroke, negative CG or plus CG, is predominant before TF, I don't know what TF is, but hopefully I don't need to know, and which type of lightning stroke is predominant after TF. Well, let's see if I can do that without even knowing what TF is. If I look, so step number 1, okay, I need to find negative CG, this is 2, or plus CG, 3, and it's going to be 4 is before TF, and 5 will be after TF. So come over here, and we see TF is here. And again, remember, these are attached. You see these lines here? Means that they're attached. They've just split it, but it's really the same graph, just kind of split. So TF, even though it's just up here, it will also be relevant down here, and so will TD. So TF, so negative CG before TF is down here, because this is TF right here. And before TF, the plus CG is really high. All right, so which type of lightning stroke, negative CG or positive CG, is predominant before? So it's positive CG, right? This is positive CG, and look, it's huge. This is negative CG. So we'll need to find the answer that has positive CG. That would be B and D, so A and C are out. And then we're looking for which type of lightning stroke is predominant after TF. So this is kind of the time after TF. And we see that positive CG is down here, and negative CG is higher. So it would be, we need positive CG, negative CG, and that is D. Right. Let's go on to the next one. In the statement, the number of negative CG strokes in the 5-minute period after TD will be less than. All right, so the 5-minute period, that'll be, all right, we need figure 1. Okay, so that's going to be step 1. I'm just looking at where we have to look. So that's always going to be step 1, is find the figure, the graph, whatever. So then after that, we have to find negative CG in the 5-minute period just after TD. That'll be 2. And it's saying it will be less than the number of negative CG in the 5-minute period just before. So we have to find the negative CG strokes in the 5-minute period just after, and then the 5-minute period just before. Okay, so we find figure 1. Come over to this side, and we see that figure 1's here. We've done step 1. Step 2 was we have to find a negative CG, so we know that we're up here because this is negative CG, in the 5 minutes just after TD. So this is TD here, and the 5-minute periods are just these little things here. So this is TD, and this is 5 minutes after, and it's the biggest block. It's about 95. So just after will be less than, so that's no, it's not, because this is the highest block there is. The 5 minutes just after is very high, will be less than the number of negative CG strokes in the 5-minute period just before. So just before this one here, it's a lot smaller. So that's it there, and that's it there. So the answer is are the CG strokes in the 5-minute period after less than? It's no. They're clearly much higher. So any answer that has yes is gone. And then what's the condition? No, the number of negative CG strokes in the 5-minute period just after it was more than twice. Well, yeah, this is like here, this one before it is about maybe 25. This one after it is at least 90 something. So that one, yes, it's still valid. Let me see if this one, J is no, the number of negative CG strokes in the 5-minute period before, period just after was the same. No, it's clearly not anywhere near the same, so that's H. All right, number 5, according to table 1. So we're going to have to go down to the next page. And I'll get rid of all of that before we start. Right, so according to table 1, so that's going to be our first step, is go there. From noon until 2 p.m., second step, did the magnitude, and that means it's the absolute value, so it's just going to be the difference, not negative or positive, just the difference of the average current of plus CG strokes increase or decrease. So we're going to have to find the average current of the plus CG strokes. So that'll be 2. Then we're going to find the absolute value of it. And did the magnitude of the average current of negative CG strokes increase or decrease? All right. Step 1, we find table 1. Find it right there. Step 2, noon until 2. This is noon. This is 2. So we're dealing with the block of time right in here. And then it's asking us for what? Is it the average duration, average current? It's asking for the average current, which is this block here, of the plus CG. Again, if you see, I'm just doing it step by step and it's all becoming clear. The plus CG strokes, did that increase or decrease? All right, just going to look down right here. 75, 79, 83, 89. So the plus CG strokes, they increased. CG plus increased. And that means we can just look over here and see that B has decreased and D has decreased. They're out. Now we have to take the second part, which is did the magnitude of the average current of the minus CG. Average current minus CG, did it increase or decrease? -11, -14, -16, -18. And remember, it said absolute value. It's not about negative or anything. So the absolute value means you take the negatives out of it. And so it goes 11, 14, 16, 18. It's increasing as well. And that is answer increase, increase, A. So that's just about reading the question carefully and pulling it out, because I knew that this absolute value would be a step. And because I marked it as a step, I knew to look at it again and know that it's not about the negative numbers. It's about the absolute value, the difference. You know, you totally disregard the negative in front of the number. And in that case, it's increasing and increasing. And that is it.